What's up, y'all? It's your boy Steph, back with another reaction. And this time, we have CreepyPasta Jr. Something has been following me. Tonight, I think it'll get me. CreepyPasta. Uploaded December 19th, 2018. The description says, there are some things that you just can't run away from. Huh. Bullshit. Now, the title itself is already a negative. You think something has been following you, or you know something has been following you, and it just seems like tonight, there's something about tonight where it's finally going to get me. You put yourself in this situation. How long has this thing been following you, and you're just now realizing that, okay, it's closing in on me. I think today is the day. Like, I think today is the day. I can already tell how this story is gonna go. You're gonna be bullshitting the whole time, and then when it finally gets you, you're gonna deserve every minute of it. You're gonna deserve every minute of it. You're gonna get got. Down in the description will be a link to CreepyPasta Jr.'s channel, along with the link to this original video, so y'all can go and see it for yourselves. Also will be links to all of my social medias. Connect with your boy and see the personal life that I don't post to YouTube. Here's my Christmas hat. I had to take it off. I was reacting to some songs, some music, and they had some beats and they was spitting bars. Eminem, Tech Nine, Snow the Product, and Hobson, and I had to take it off. They got bells on them, so I didn't want to annoy you guys, so I took it off. But Merry Christmas, y'all. Let's get into this reaction. There we go. I can't wait to hear this story, because I'm pretty sure you deserve whatever you get.
I first saw her at the end of my driveway.
Oh, it's a woman.
She's probably 5'7".
Coming after you.
Gauntly thin, with greasy shoulder-length brown hair. She is always wearing the same thing. A blue and yellow floral print dress that stops just above her knees. She's also barefoot. Her arms are like sticks, and they just hang at her sides as she stares at me. Her pale skin looks as if it's a half size too small, stretched tightly over her bony limbs. All that is off-putting enough, but it's her face that is the part that just gets underneath my skin. The first time I saw her was 41 days ago.
Nice joke. 41.
She was standing at the very end of my driveway, and I just happened to look out of the window when I was about to go to bed. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even noticed her.
You got the exact
I don't know how long she's been around. I just know that was the first time I saw her. I stepped out onto my porch to ask her what she was doing there, but that's when I saw her face. From a distance, I couldn't make out the particular details, but I could see that her eyes were sunken in, as if she hadn't slept in weeks. As I said earlier, her hair hung to her shoulders in greasy brunette strands. A few of them swept over into her mouth. And her mouth, it hung agape, slanted, like one side of it was dislocated, giving her a sort of crooked, extreme underbite. I could feel her staring directly at me, and I can say with confidence that it was the most frightening thing I ever felt up to that moment.
I bet.
She was locked on me, focused, like there was nothing else in the world. I eventually overcame my initial terror-stricken silence. Are you okay? I'm pretty sure it came out as nothing more than a shaken whisper. She didn't respond. She didn't say a word. Didn't move a muscle. She just stood there. It didn't even look like she was breathing.
You want her to move?
Do you need any help? I asked her, but I got the same blank stare in response.
Call the police.
I asked her a few more times what she was doing there, if she was lost, etc. But all I got in return was just a dead gaze. I decided I needed to call the police, because by my guess, the woman was either ill or intoxicated. Whatever she wasn't moving. I called the police and said there was a woman who looked injured and was conscious but unresponsive standing at the end of my driveway. And when dispatch connected me to an officer in the field, it turned out he was only a few blocks away. I stayed on the phone as the officer made his way to my home, and when he turned down my street, I thought to turn my porch light on. I had been looking at the woman under the light of the moon and the street light up to that point. Until then, I'd kept my eyes on the woman, but I needed to step back and turn to an adjacent wall. But in the split second it took me to look at the switch and then look back, the woman was gone. The officer arrived moments later, and I told him what had happened. He radioed for another unit to survey the area in an effort to find the woman, who had presumably run from where she had been standing. The officer took the report and said that they would keep an eye out. But based on my description of the woman, he told me she was likely homeless, potentially mentally ill, and potentially on any number of drugs.
And dangerous.
He also assured me that he would be surprised if I ever saw her again, and that I more than likely wasn't a specific target, that our house just happened to be the one she decided to stop and stare at.
Just so happened.
My wife had eventually come down and I told her what had happened.
Crazy how that is.
I got an uneasy sleep that night.
Just a coincidence.
Something just didn't feel right.
I bet.
Nonetheless, I got on with my life. And the next day went as it would have had the strange occurrence not happened the night prior.
Right.
Then, around 8 p.m., I got the feeling that I was being watched.
You are.
I looked out of my window, and there she was. Where she had been maybe 2 steps into my driveway the night before,
Keep your
she
eyes
was
on
now
her.
that many steps closer.
Keep your eyes on
She
her.
just stood there,
Eyes.
her floral dress swaying lightly in the breeze.
On her.
Her jaw still unhinged and hanging down.
Eyes on her.
Her eyes still vacant of life. I quickly called Kimmy downstairs, telling her to call the police and to leave our daughter up in her room.
No.
When Kimmy got downstairs, I again looked away for only a split second. But in that time, the woman was gone.
The left side of the screen.
My wife told the 911 operator that our daughter had accidentally made an emergency call.
The girl, really?
She apologized and hung up. The next night, the woman appeared a step or two closer. I kept my eyes on her as I told my wife to look, but I blinked, and of course she was gone.
Get a camera set up.
My wife was growing worried, and I was too. Was I hallucinating a deranged woman? Every time I saw her, she didn't move, she didn't speak, she just stood there.
At least she's outside.
She got closer and closer in the days past.
She gonna get
And
inside.
as those same days passed, my anxiety went up 100-fold. I had the sinking feeling of knowing something was wrong. Only I had it all the time. Every time I tried to show her to someone else, she would vanish,
She'll get in soon
only
enough.
returning after I stopped. Before long, she was on the sidewalk to our house, halfway up to our front door. It was then that I decided I needed to stay away from the house for a night. Kimmy and I took our daughter to a hotel for a mini staycation.
She gonna get in.
But when I went to the vending machine around 1 a.m., I turned around and there she was.
Oh, nah.
In the middle of the hallway,
What?
a step or two closer to our hotel room door than she
Nah.
was to the door of our actual home.
Hell no.
She stood, eyes blank and gaping maw on macabre display. Leaving the house didn't do anything. She just seemed to move a step or two closer every day. 13 nights ago was when she finally made it into the house. My office is at the end of the hall, in line with the front door. In an effort to curb the constant state of panic I fall into every time the sun sets, I threw myself into my work. Around 2 a.m., I sat in my desk chair, my eyelids heavy. I decided I was going to sleep, so I shut my laptop, and in retrospect, it was the first time since the first night that the woman hadn't been on my mind.
Because she's in the house now.
I stood up and stretched. And when I opened my eyes, I was looking at the window in my office. I saw her in the reflection, standing in the hallway, her back to my front door,
I knew it.
just a few feet away from the staircase. I turned around and stared back. unsure of how to proceed. The police told me to stop calling since the 4 times they had come out, they hadn't found any evidence of anyone being there.
Take pictures.
I took a few cautious steps down the hall, for the first time advancing towards her rather than the other way around. I got within about 10 feet of her before I stopped. She stood as still as if she were made of marble, her jaw dislocated and hanging, her arms plainly at her side, eyes milky white, with pale blue irises, completely void of any sentience, but locked on my own. I decided against going upstairs. I wrote a note to Kimmy and said that I was admitting myself to a mental health facility. I was there for only 4 days, but the woman still followed me, getting a step or two closer to where I would sleep every night. I had no idea what to do. No medicines helped with the hallucinations, and I have no idea who or what this woman is, or what she even wants.
You.
I eventually claimed that what was going on must have been from the stress, so as to not get remanded to the facility for even longer. I decided that if I'm going to die, I'm going to be with my family when I do.
Yeah?
The woman seems to want nothing to do with my wife and daughter.
Just
So
you.
if she just wants me, then she can have me.
Yeah.
Last night, I stood face to face with her as she stood a few feet from our bed. Kimmy asked what I was doing, and I told her nothing. And when I went back to getting ready for bed, the woman was gone. I got into bed last night and kissed Kimmy goodnight. Told her I loved her, and she asked if I was okay. I told her I was. There's no use in making her worry over something she or I has no control over. I want what limited time we have left to not be overshadowed by fear and concern. My resignation to defeat might seem abrupt, but over the course of the last 38 days or so, I've reached out to all manner of people, done all manner of research, and whatever this woman is apparently has never been recorded before. A few people offered what help they could, and I took their advice, though none of the potential solutions did anything to stop the woman from getting closer. I feel that if I'm dealing with a problem that will ostensibly end once this woman gets to where she wants to be, and that there's nothing I can do about it, I'm going to make what little time I do potentially have left a happy time. I woke up around 4 a.m. to find the woman standing where she had been all night. Only now her arms were outstretched, as if she were reaching out for me, with her thin fingers and unkempt nails.
She is.
I know that tonight will be the night that she is close enough to where I sleep to do whatever she's going to do. And I know that whatever that is isn't anything good. The sun is setting now, and I'm typing this from my bed right now. Tonight may very well be my last night alive. I don't know who this woman is. I don't know what she wants. But I know that any moment she will be at the side of my bed. Her eyes sunken and lifeless. Her hair greasy, stringing and hanging at her shoulders. Her blue and yellow floral dress covering her pale, emaciated body. Her bare feet on our hardwood floor. Her spindly arms reaching out towards me. Jagged nails at the tips of her fingers. Her jaw slacked, unhinged, an egregious underbite hanging to the right, the crooked entrance to her cavernous maw. She won't be able to get any closer after tonight.
Are you gonna kill yourself? Man, I don't fuck with paranormal stuff. If I think a location is haunted or if I think my house is haunted, I'm gone. I don't... If I really can't move out, I'll send church people to come and bless the house. Those church people will come and they'll do their thing. If the house can't be saved, I'm out. I'm not about to live while knowing I'm haunted. Like, that don't make sense. Like, really? No, I'm good on all that. The fact that you counted the days she has been haunting you, that shit is... I don't know why that's funny. It's just like... she's been staring at me for the last 65 days. Damn! I don't know why that's funny. It just was. My whole thing about that is that it's crazy how he saw her, but his family didn't. Should have set up some cameras, got her on videotape, if that would have worked. I don't know, man. If I was in your situation, I would have had to just gone ahead and find the nearest bridge and hop off that motherfucker head first. But if I wanted a more painless death, I'd probably take some medications, overdose on those, or something like that. I don't know about drink bleach. It's kind of, I don't know about that. I heard when you drink bleach to kill yourself, it's acidic to a certain point, so it's burning all your internal organs and whatnot, and you feel all that as you're dying. I don't have time for that. I need something that's quick and fast, and that's it. But he was playing the whole time. I would have been gone. But you know what? Actually, never mind. Because even when him and his wife went to a hotel, it followed him there. So he couldn't go anywhere without it. I want to know what she was going to do to him. She had her arms reached out, like grabbing him, or you know, whatever, doing that motion. So I'm curious. Like, was she like this? Or was she like this, like where she wanted to choke him? Or what was her plan to do to him? I'm curious about that. I am tired as hell. It is only 2:16 in the afternoon. But today is Christmas Eve. Again, like I said before, Merry Christmas, y'all. It is Christmas Eve 2018. And, you know, I do some Christmas type stuff. Some, you know, for the holidays, some creepy horror videos circled around Christmas and Christmas, you know, relations and whatnot. And honestly, dude, since I started recording at about 10 o'clock this morning, I have recorded reactions to 10 videos. Like I said, that is my method. I record usually 6 or 7 videos, edit all of them, and then throughout the week, throughout a 7-day period, I'll drop like 1 or 2, usually 1 a day, and then record all of them again on one single day, back to back to back to back to back to back, like I did today, because I'm off today and my job is closed on Christmas. So I had time. I'd rather do it today than on the actual holiday, because I kind of just want to chill out, lay around, you know, hang with the family, which is what we're gonna go do. So yeah, man, so I've reacted to 10 videos today. This is the 10th video I've done. This may not get uploaded, you know, before or after all the other ones. I might just throw this on today, but whatever. Y'all know when it was recorded. So I'm tired after recording 10 videos. I'm gonna get all of them edited. Probably not today. I'm gonna get more than half of them edited today. The others I'll just probably do tomorrow or the day after Christmas. That is it for this video, y'all. If you like my reaction, like the video, comment on the video, and share the video. And if you really liked it, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot. Really trying to grow the channel out. And tap that bell icon so you will be notified every time I drop new content, which I do on a weekly basis. That is all I got for y'all this time around. Your boy Steph is out.